Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channels. We are talking about glycolysis. Up till now we had seen all the 10 steps of glycolysis along with the enzymatic regulations. Today we will have the quick overview of all the 10 steps along with the chemical structure of all the intermediate product. Okay, so what is glycolysis? Glycolysis is the breakdown of the glucose molecules where the one molecule of the glucose will convert into two molecule of 3 carbon compound pyruvate. This pyruvate will then enter into Krebs cycle and then we'll get electron carriers like NADH and FADH2 and that will enter into electron transport chain, finally get the ATP. Okay, so the glycolysis is the first steps where the glucose will convert into pyruvate. Here we will see the overall reaction of the glycolysis where starting with the 6 carbon compound 2 NAD will be utilized. We will see how 2 NAD plus 2 ADP molecules and 2 inorganic phosphate. So glucose molecule will break down. So we will get the 2 pyruvate NAD will convert into NADH plus H positive, but as it is from one glucose we will get the 2 pyruvate, therefore everything will be 2 here. Okay, so 2 pyruvate 2 NADH plus H positive and the net ATP will be 2 ATP, but the gross ATP means NADH will then enter into electron transport chain, right? And from one molecule we will get the 3 ATP. So from the 2, 6 ATP. So gross is the 8 ATP molecule, means 6 from oxidative phosphorylations and 2 direct, that is substrate level phosphorylation. So gross will be the 8, but the net gain is the 2 ATP. So this is the overall reaction of the glycolysis where the glucose NAD plus 2 ADP plus 2 inorganic phosphate will get the 3 carbon compound pyruvate and NADH H positive and the 2 net ATP. Okay, so let us start the glycolysis here. First, the sugar molecule will enter into the cells with the help of the glucose molecule, glucose transporter, right? After entering into the cells, the glucose, which is a 6 carbon compound, we'll do the numbering here. See, this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, and this is 6 carbon compound, right? This is structure of the glucose. Glucose will convert into glucose 6 phosphate, glucose 6 phosphate. One phosphate group will attach at the 6th position. See, this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th. One phosphate group will attach at the 6th position. So the product formed is from the glucose will get glucose 6 phosphate, right? As the one phosphate group is attached here, so definitely one molecule of ATP will be utilized. So here is the conversion of ATP into ADP and that phosphate group will attach here. The name of enzyme is hexokinase. In the most of the cell, hexokinase is present, and if we talk about the liver cell, then it is a glucose kinase, right? After that, glucose 6 phosphate will also isomerize into fructose 6 phosphate. Only there is a structural changes. Rest it is also the 6 carbon compound. So enzyme is phosphoglucoisomerase. Okay, here we'll do the numbering. This is the structure of the fructose. So this is first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th. So now phosphate group will present at the 6th position. So and it is a fructose. So name of the compound is a fructose 6 phosphate. Enzyme is phosphoglucoisomerase. There is a no carbon-carbon bond breakup or anything. There is just a structural changes, isomerization from one structure to another. Yeah, this step, first step, it is a irreversible step. Second is a reversible. Now again one more important step will come, that is also irreversible step, that is conversion of fructose 6 phosphate to fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. 1,6 bisphosphate means already we had one phosphate group at the 6th position, right? One more phosphate group will attach at the first position. So the name is a fructose 1,6-bis phosphate. Still it is a fructose, but just there is a addition of the one more phosphate group. Now one more phosphate group will attach here. So therefore one more molecule of ATP will utilize, and there is a conversion of ATP into ATP, and the phosphate group will attach here at the first position. So ATP will convert into ADP and the phosphate group will attach. So this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth and the sixth. So we have phosphate group at a first position and a sixth position. So name of the compound is, or the name of the product is, fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, right? Enzyme is phosphofructokinase 1. Yeah, why 1? Because phosphofructokinase 2 is also there, which is important in the regulations. You can see in my previous lecture. And ATP will convert to ADP and the phosphate group will attach here. Up till now, all the products which we'll get here from the starting from the glucose, those are the 6 carbon compound. This step, that is starting from the glucose up till this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, this is known as a preparatory phase. Why preparatory phase? We can see here that 2 molecule of ATP will be utilized here. Okay, so this is like a preparation. We are investing 2 molecules. After that, this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate will split into 2 and we'll get a 2 compound, which is a 3 carbon compound, and after that till pyruvate everything will be, all the products will be 3 carbon compound, but up till this every product which we will get here is a 6 carbon compound. So next is this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate will break in the presence of enzyme aldolase, and we will get two 3 carbon compound, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. So let us see the structure of this now. Okay, I hope everything is clear. Glucose will convert to glucose 6-phosphate. Name of the enzyme is hexokinase, right? Kinase means that is a addition of phosphate group, and if phosphate is, that is a removal of the phosphate group. So kinase, ATP will be utilized. We'll have the 1 phosphate group at the 6th position. Then isomerization, glucose will convert to fructose. Rest will have the same phosphate group at the 6th position. Then 1 more phosphate group will attach here. So 1 more kinase will be there. Second ATP molecule will be utilized. So now we will have fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So this first step, it consists of first phosphorylation, isomerization and again phosphorylation. Now second step will come, that is a splitting. So let us see the structure of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate both are 3 carbon compound. Okay. Three B C O. This is a aldose and the name is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and this is a 3 carbon compound. 1 more 3 carbon compound will get, that is a dihydroxyacetone phosphate. At a normal biological condition, these 2 products are interconvertible into one another. Okay, and the compound or the product which will undergo into the further step of the glycolysis is this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So what will happen to this dihydroxyacetone phosphate? This will first convert into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and then further the same reaction will take place. Okay, so we will consider here only the one complete step, that is conversion of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to pyruvate, and then we will multiply it by 2 because This will also convert to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Therefore, whatever the product will get will multiply it by 2. Okay, and enzyme is triose phosphate isomerase, and earlier that enzyme is from where the splitting takes place is aldolase. Okay, fructose from fructose 1,6-bisphosphate we are getting these two. So the cutting enzyme is aldolase and the interconverting enzyme is triose phosphate isomerase. Why triose? Because this is a 3-carbon compound. So triose phosphate isomerase. Now, as we had already mentioned that further this will participate in glycolysis reaction. So glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Now one more important step will come here, where glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will convert into 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. This is acid. Okay, this is aldehyde. So aldehyde is converted into acid, therefore it is a oxidation reaction. See, whenever there is a oxidation reaction, so at the same time someone has to reduce. There is also reduction reaction, because always there is a oxidation and reduction reaction together takes place simultaneously. So that is redox reaction. Okay, so here is conversion of aldehyde into acid, that is oxidation. So the reducing substance here is NAD+, where NAD+ will convert into NADH, or it will reduce into NADH plus H positive ion. Okay, enzyme is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Okay, and here there is the addition of one inorganic phosphate group. So now we will have the phosphate at the 2 positions. Already we have at the 3rd position. So now we will have at the 1st position as well. C double bond O and one more phosphate group. So 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate and 3rd. So 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is the name of this compound. Okay, so now we can see here that we have 2 phosphate group. If we remove these 2 phosphate groups, so there will be the generation of 2 ATP molecules. So that is actually the next step, where one by one we will remove the phosphate group and we will get a 2 ATP. So 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate will convert into 3-phosphoglycerate. 3-phosphoglycerate. Okay, that means the one phosphate group must be removed from here, because we are left here with a 3-phosphoglycerate, means phosphate at the 3rd position. So this is the product we will get here. We will have only the phosphate group at a 3rd position. So as one phosphate group removed here, so there is a now generation of ADP will convert into ATP, and enzyme is phosphoglycerate kinase. Phosphoglycerate kinase. Okay, this NADH will then enter into electron transport chain, and from one NADH we will get a 3 ATP molecules, and that is in the presence of oxygen. So that ATP generation is known as a oxidative phosphorylation, but here we are directly getting the ATP from the substrate, so that is known as a substrate level phosphorylation, right? So this is from substrate level phosphorylation, we will get our first ATP molecules. Now we are up to this phosphate group. After the removal of the second phosphate group, we will get a one more ATP. So there are some few more steps here. Before that, this 3-phosphoglycerate will convert into 2-phosphoglycerate. Enzyme is phosphoglycerate mutase. Third phosphate group will shift to the second carbon. Okay, so all product from glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate till pyruvate, everything will be 3-carbon compound. Okay, so CH2OH, OP and COH. This is a structure of 2-phosphoglycerate. Phosphoglycerate mutase is the name of enzyme, right? After that, one more enzyme will come. The name of that enzyme is enolase. What enolase will do, it will remove the one water molecule. It is like a squeezing. Okay, if we squeeze something, so what will happen? The water will remove from that. So same way, here the one water molecule will remove, as there is a removal of the water molecule between these two carbons. So therefore carbon-carbon double bond form here, and the product we'll get here is a phosphoenol pyruvate. That is also a 3-carbon compound. CH2 double bond COP and COOH. This is a phosphoenol pyruvate. And then finally we will get our, this is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Finally we will reach to our product of glycolysis, that is pyruvate. Okay, so now the second phosphate group which left here, that will remove. So we'll get here our second ATP molecules. ADP will convert to ATP. Enzyme is pyruvate kinase. Okay, and we'll get pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound, and the structure is CH3 C double bond O COOH. But this is the one cycle. This is a one complete step from glyceraldehyde to pyruvate. But as we had already mentioned, that dihydroxyacetone phosphate will convert to glyceraldehyde and the same reaction will take place. So here we will get a 2-pyruvate molecule, and everything that NADH, ATP and second ATP. So 2 NADH will form 2 ATP and 2 ATP. That means 4 ATP, 1, 2 and 3, 4. But already we have utilized 2 ATP in the preparatory phase. So the net ATP which is produced during the glycolysis step is a 2 ATP molecules. Okay, and the gross 2 ATP, and the gross ATP, NADH will enter into electron transport chain, and from 2 NADH will generate 6 ATP. So 6 ATP, that means 8 ATP. This is a gross ATP molecules. Okay, so this is a complete step of glycolysis process. We have covered everything, detailed step of glycolysis with the enzyme regulations, and now we had seen here all the chemical structure of all the intermediate product, right? Next we will see that these pyruvate molecules will convert to acetyl CoA. So before that it has to enter into the mitochondria, because next the steps will takes place in the mitochondria, right? So if oxygen is available, this pyruvate will enter into mitochondria, but if oxygen is not available, then this pyruvate will convert into the lactate, that is a anaerobic respiration. So that means this glycolysis is common for both aerobic as well as anaerobic respirations, and depending upon the need of the body, either it will convert into pyruvate and then enter into Krebs cycle and electron transfer chain, or will convert to lactate. Okay, so next class we will see the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex and pyruvate decarbonylation. I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubt, you can put in the comment section. Okay, thank you.